What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I am opening a whole case of Spy X Family troll decks. We're going to see if I can profit from this or if I make a loss. You may be wondering why I'm even doing that, to be fair. The reason for that is I accidentally ordered one too many troll deck cases. So in a case you get 48 decks, and in one of these little, I'm probably a bit too close, but in one of these you get 6 decks. So you get 8 of these in a case which contains 48 trial decks. And yeah, I just ordered one too many. I forgot to cancel one of the orders. So I ended up getting 2 display cases. Sorry, just 2 cases, full cases of 48. These are what are normally called the display cases of 6 trial decks. And right, this is going to get messy, I think. But yeah, I forgot to cancel one of the orders, so I got too many of these. And yeah, I tried to sell the case pretty much, I think even potentially maybe at a bit of a loss. Like with shipping, it may have been a bit of a loss. And you know, no one wanted it. I reduced the price a little bit more, and obviously the issue is I'm in the UK, so if anyone wants it and isn't from the UK, there's a fair amount of shipping that's going to be added onto it. So that obviously doesn't help. But yeah, I reduced it down a few times and didn't have any interest, so I believe it's 1 triple rare per deck as a minimum, and obviously there will be 2 SPs. And whether I make profit or not from this will likely be down to which of the 2 SPs I get. And straight off the bat, we get an SP literally on the first trial deck. Like, you could not make that up. Like, that is some luck. I wish I was just opening one deck, but that is not the case. I'm going to open the whole lot and see what we can get. So we've got SPs. Now the SPs in the trial deck, as you can see, they are gold stamped and they have these other gold stamps on them, but the trial deck SPs are not signed. The signatures for Spy Family can only come from the booster boxes. With that said, some of the trial deck SPs are still worth a fair amount of price. I believe this one's potentially like $200, $250 maybe. The one that is most expensive is the Your SP, and she's sitting around $450 US roughly. Lloyd is the cheapest. I think he's about $150 US. But I think I was trying to sell this for kind of £650, which is roughly $800. And yeah, I mean, it's going to come down to luck as to what the other SP is, to be honest. With that one around $200 US. I think a trial deck a triple rare in every deck definitely will help. I think for some reason in this set they're always at the back, so there's the triple rare out of that deck, so that definitely helps in terms of like boosting the price of expected value if you're opening all of this. Now just bear in mind, for anyone interested who might play the game or need these cards, all of these cards will be available on Card Market, and Card Market is essentially the UK and EU version of TCG Player. So anyone who is interested in any of these cards, I will also be selling the SPs. Check out Card Cami on Card Market, and let's just go straight to the back. Yeah, it seems like they're always at the back. So for some reason in other Weiss Schwarz trial decks, usually the triple rare is replacing a card in here that has foil and texture on it. So depending on which card you're getting as a triple rare, it normally just replaces the slot and isn't at the back. Classic, I guess, Bushy Road. Things seem to change here, there, and everywhere. But yeah, if you're interested at getting any of these Card Cami on Card Market, they will all be on there. So there are a few cards in this deck that, even just normal cards, that are worth, yeah, straight to the back. There we go. Triple rare, and this is not only just a triple rare, it's actually the most expensive triple rare. I think this is sitting at around $14 US dollars to somewhere like £10-12 just for the triple rare, which is pretty much nearly the cost of one of the decks anyway. So things like that is definitely going to help boost the expected value of return from opening this. Most Reichsfall sets, you get one triple rare or SP per display case of 6 decks, whereas this set and Azure Lane, you had a triple rare in every pack. So yeah, that's definitely going to help. And there are a few cards in the decks, so even just some standard non-foiled cards that are worth, I think, about $1. And I know it doesn't sound a lot, but when there's about 3 of them in the deck, or 3 or 4 of those cards that are worth about $1, £1, I don't know why I'm searching, because it's at the back. And this is possibly one of the weirdest triple rares. He's just, it's literally on the name of the card, in the toilet Bond. he's literally just sat on the toilet or something. So yeah, there's a few cards in here. Some of the Climax cards, I think potentially these two, they're worth like £1 or $1 each. So things like that will add up, especially as I'm going to have quite a lot of copies of them for sale. People can buy a playset of those Climax cards. So that is the first display case stuff. We are on to number 2, and I'm quickly realizing that I'm probably going to run out of space. But I think, obviously, whether I make profit or break even or a loss, I think it's all going to come down to that second SP. Now, usually, I think if you've seen other people open, or if anyone's discussed an opening, usually that type of thing's mapped. So for example, if you get Anya and then the next SP, whatever those two are, will be a pair, and if your case has that same SP, it usually has then the other SP that I'll get in this opening. So you know, I don't know though. I don't know what the other SP is. Someone watching might know already, so you might already know whether I'm getting the Yor, which is worth $450, or one of the other cards. Now, there is a card that I personally really like, and it is the card that has all 3 of them on, and it's one of the SPs. I think it's around $200. Oh, we got the good triple rare again, so definitely take that. Yeah, I think it's worth $250. So, you know, it's nowhere near as expensive as Yor, but in my opinion, it is the one I like the look of the most from the card designs, because it has all 3 of them on there. It just looks really nice. There's the triple rare, and we are starting to lose focus because there's too many faces on the screen, I think. So yeah, I really won't know until we see that second SP, and obviously we are not far, so I might have to speed this up and just do some sort of time skip for you guys, because I don't know how I'm going to ramble on for this long and get through all of these decks. So far, this is only the second display case, and it would be quite rare to hit both SPs on the first display cases out of 8 cases. So very unlikely. But yeah, I'm just going to see what happens. I think when I'm going to add this up at the end, and then in terms of like raw value, I might only take into account like maybe the SR. Oh, thought we didn't have anything there, but I just missed the card there we go. We got a bit of focus. I just have to hold my hand up against everything else. Yeah, I might add it up at the end, but only take into account the SPs, the SRs, and the triple rares. And I know there's, you know, 3 or 4 potentially cards that are worth $1 to $2. Well, $1, £1 each. But obviously, if you're selling singles, you need to take into account fees. You need to take. Oh, that's a nice triple rare. Family Full of Secrets. We got a nice triple rare there. Second display case done. But yeah, I might leave those cards, or I might just do two values. One that has, one that has those few cards on there as well, because you know I will list all of the cards. So there's probably some other cards in the deck. You know, someone might want to play set off the whole deck, and you know the other cards will be cheap. You know, they're probably like 50, like 50p or 50 cents each or something. So they can also add up a little bit, but honestly, it depends on, you know, I then have to actually sell all of them for that value to to come out, right? And not only that, but there are other fees. Oh, we got the second SP, but the problem with that is it is Lloyd, which is the most undesired SP of the set. But it does look nice, I'm not gonna lie. The texture and yeah, the gold sign and border does look really nice on this card. So there it is, the second SP. Let's get him in a sleeve. And we are on the third display case. So yes, a tough one. I don't know personally if people are going to want dead display cases or dead trial decks within the UK. And that's the issue, I guess, is that shipping anything sort of sealed overseas is expensive. So if I'm going to sell some dead display cases that are cheaper, the shipping is really going to add a lot to that. With that said, there are a lot of decks left. So I think actually what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to list these on Weishward's global page, the rest of the display cases of 6 decks as dead boxes. With that said, no one might be interested whatsoever, in which case I will just crack them all and list all the cards. So I've just added up the triple rares and the SPs in terms of price. So the Anya is roughly like $200 US. Lloyd is about $170 US. The triple rares, actually, the Yor wasn't the most expensive. She's up there at like $9, but it's I think there's this one here is worth about $14, and there's one above it which is also like a horizontal one, like a climax style. Didn't pull that one, but yeah, the triple rares add up to about $60. So we're at a total of about $430, which is roughly not far from like half the price of the case. And I know we've got a fair amount of like display cases left, but obviously I'll sell them at a reduced rate. So potentially, I don't really know how much dead display cases go for, but perhaps if, I think they're going for around $100 to $110 at the moment, just for a standard display case. So I'd imagine maybe a dead one could go for maybe around like $75. I really don't know. I mean, let me know in the comments if that's too much. It should be even cheaper. I don't know, but I mean, even if they are $75, there's 5 of them left. That's $375. I think it's safe to say that I haven't made profit here, and that is purely down to the luck of the cards I got, right? Because if I'd got the other 2 SPs, if I got the Yor SP, which immediately is worth like $450, and then the other one that had all 3 of them on, which is worth I think around $200 to $250, like definitely would have been in profit in that situation, regardless of when we hit the SPs. If we had those other 2, even if we opened everything, then you know you're probably going to be up in terms of profit. And this is, you know, this is a set, and these are SPs that aren't even signed. So I guess potentially in some sets where you have a signature and there's a bit more value there behind some of the other SPs, it could potentially be easier. But obviously there's a lot of time and effort involved in doing an opening like this. Obviously I can do it and make a video about it and share it with you guys, and it's fun and enjoyable. But alongside that, there's, you know, shipping out, listing all of these, or, you know, the fees, the shipping material costs, and all that time involved. And obviously that's not for everyone. You know, if you can sell a sealed case, which is what I plan to do at the start, you know, you can just sell that one case, someone buys it, you slap a label on it, it's done. Right, it's done. You've got that capital and money back, and that was the idea. I either wanted to sell the case sealed at a fairly like break even, or maybe a little bit under cost price that it cost me with shipping, or just crack everything open, have a bit of fun, get to see the SPs in person, And I guess, you know, have the excitement of, am I going to get the Chase SP and get a lot of value back, or, you know, am I going to get maybe not as good SPs, which in this case it was, but that's the luck of the draw. Like, that's what happens when you open a case. You don't know what you're getting, and anything can happen. So if you are interested, obviously, just let me know. You can leave a comment, email me at info@cardcami.co.uk. Loads of ways to get in contact with me. You might see it on the Facebook groups or anything like that. So yeah, if you want a cheap way to get some decks and display cases, let me know. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video anyway. If you did, please hit like on the video. If you're not subscribed, please hit subscribe. And hopefully, guys, I'll see you in the next video.